The New Halloween is the movie fans of the series have waited 40 years for, a genuinely well-made and thrilling direct sequel to John Carpenter's 1978 original. This follow-up manages to honor its classic predecessor while developing an identity all its own, thanks in part to an unexpected but much-needed dose of humor. This time around, the final girl is now the final line of defense. The trauma of Laurie Strode's experience of surviving Michael Myers in the first Halloween has fully consumed her these past 4 decades, making her obsessively security conscious and beyond paranoid, profoundly affecting her relationships with both her daughter and granddaughter. Of course, it turns out Laurie was right to prepare for the worst all these years. Yes, Michael Myers has escaped, on the night before Halloween no less, and is headed home to Haddonfield, hacking, smashing, and choking anyone who stands in his way. Jamie Lee Curtis is fantastic in her return to the role that launched her film career, never softening the older Laurie's edges or undermining her bloodthirsty convictions. Laurie is willing to be hated by her loved ones if that's what it will take to keep them alive. Curtis combines intensity with vulnerability here as a broken soul who won't ever be whole again until her monster is finally dead. Judy Greer and Andy Matichek are both solid in their respective roles as the latter generations of Strode women who have responded to Laurie's obsessions in their own ways. This Halloween is a story about women confronting the abusive man in their lives and of how trauma can be passed down across generations. It's part empowerment tale and part fairy tale with Michael Myers as the big bad wolf. There are some characters here who want to understand what makes Michael Myers tick, but as the movie makes clear and Laurie already knows, Michael Myers is simply a relentless force of evil. In an era where genre movies feel the need to demythologize or over-explain iconic characters, it's refreshing that Halloween simply has the boogeyman be the boogeyman in all his nightmarish, skull-smashing excess and just as terrifying as ever. This Halloween relies on its supporting cast and ancillary characters to provide comic relief and an escape from the general seriousness of the Strode's plight. The tautly paced yet also darkly funny script does a great job of giving incidental characters distinct personalities and witty, memorable moments. And while many of them are clearly fated for grisly demises, that doesn't mean they can't still get some big laughs or sweet moments in before they're slaughtered. This New Halloween is a movie clearly made not just by people who adore the original 1978 film, but horror films in general, with enough loving wit and self-awareness to acknowledge the genre's tropes. Director David Gordon Green paces his horror film as he might a comedy, with the buildup of dread to a kill or a scare not unlike the setup to a joke and its punchline.
Happy Halloween, Michael.
While no entry in the franchise has surpassed the original film, this Halloween sequel is truly a great horror movie, even for those unfamiliar with the series. David Gordon Green has infused his Halloween with a dark wit and a gleeful self-awareness, and Jamie Lee Curtis brings a fierce conviction and wounded humanity to her iconic role. The tension is thick, the kills are brutal, the jokes are funny, and the performances are memorable across the board. Halloween is truly a cut above the rest. Thanks for watching. For more reviews, check out what we thought of The Predator and The Nun, and as always, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you like to watch IGN.